He said to me,
the things that Christ said are true, hold fast now.
Yeah.
So you can't say Christ was a flop. See, he went into the charts and out again, you know, and all the hangers-on have left, like the bandwagon climbers, which was the church and all that, who set up the big industry around the Beatles or Christ or whatever the industry is, and that's all sunk down, and they've been fighting over the gold and all that. But the records are still there, you know.
So you think there's going to be a lot of people going back to God this century?
I think so. I think because there's always people saying the same thing over and over again, like Christ and, I don't know, Keats or any of the really great poets or whatever, the really great whatever, Beethoven, all are saying the same thing, but they're giving their version of their experience, you know, like a primitive painter like that woman that's been having all the publicity lately, a funny smiling woman, says, this is Emily, and she paints what they call primitive painting. I mean, she had no training, she didn't start till she was 70 or 40.
Mm-hmm.
But she's expressing the same truths in her way, you know. So all the people are saying the same things all down the century. But I think it is getting better. And that Woodstock event in America was a massive, massive spiritual awakening in America, and a massive, massive meeting of like early Christians, if you want to call it that. But there was more people there than the whole of New York. It was the biggest living mass of youth all getting together, and another 250,000 of them trying to get there by train. And of course it was written up as a bit of a riot and that, but all that really happened was a few people got mud on them.
Yeah.
But I heard it from people that were there, and it was a meeting of 250,000 people with peaceful intentions and wanting to change the thing non-violently. And from the messages I got from like Crosby, from Crosby, Stills and Nash, and the people that were there at Woodstock, they were saying it was the most amazing spiritual experience ever. And the Isle of Wight was too, those 250,000 people, that's the first big scene I've been to, all there. The feeling there is unbelievable. It's like when you went to church at 8, you know, because there is a feeling in most churches of spiritualness. Whatever goes on there, the building was built for God in a way.
Yeah.
So that you get that feeling in church when you're a youth. But when you go in a crowd of 250,000 people who are peaceful, you get an amazing buzz, you know, it's a big high.
A big high to you too. I was John Lennon, one of the Beatles.
You know, heavy record. Have you heard Amazing Grace? Yeah. Yeah. Right, no, I think that's cool. It's the kind of music I like, you know, and I think Cold Turkey and Amazing Grace have the same, are moving in the same direction, you know. Yeah. So it's only a progression. I think Cold Turkey is a progression. Somewhere, I don't know what it is, you know. Like in the old days, I thought Rain was a progression and Strawberry Fields was a progression. And Rob just wanted more. But I think Amazing Grace is a progression, but you couldn't name it. What is it? An instrumental of a country song, you know. But it's so beautiful, you know, and it just has... You know, when you hear the radio and you're not listening, it's one of those that leaps out, you know. I hope Cold Turkey does that to me. I can't tell because it does it to me because it's me. What is he famous for? I don't know. Maybe now and then do something that we understand. Well, I mean, do you think Cold Turkey is not understandable? Yes, I think it's pretty not understandable. But I mean, Cold Turkey is like, well, I Want You isn't pretty, is it? No. Yeah. Strawberry Fields was pretty fat. That was pretty there. It was pretty, but it was bad. And Cold Turkey is the other side, you know, like, I'm always thinking about love and peace and that, but I'm just sort of, I football, I can real food car crashes and things like that, and it affects me. I have temperatures and colds, and I get Cold Turkey and sweat and strain and temperatures and colds, sweat and strain and temperatures and colds, sweat and strain and all that.
Thank you. You see, folks, being a Beatle is fun.